One of my goals is to widely promote core Ayurveda, and that is why I do as much as possible to share this knowledge and also my experiences as a practitioner. But you see, there are a lot of fields related to health and Ayurveda which I'm not that familiar or knowledgeable about when compared to my colleagues, friends, uh, practitioners, and also family members. Therefore, as a part of World as Doshas, I am talking to some super experts in the field of Ayurveda and allied sciences, learn from them, and share this information online for all of us to learn. Okay, hope you enjoy this as much as I've enjoyed these insightful conversations. Today I'm excited talking to Dr. Manoj, a very dear friend and a practitioner of Marma Ayurveda. So, Marma Ayurveda, this field is something which not too many people are experts in, and Manoj is an expert. Plus, he is also from the family of lineage. Okay, he's got a huge family history of Vaidyas who have been traditionally practicing Marma Ayurveda. Dr. Manoj, okay, he runs a wonderful Marma hospital called Marmmayogi. It's on the banks of the Thodupuzha river, a beautiful place. Okay, so a lot of patients in different parts of the world, they come to him and get treatment for injuries, chronic illness, and other health related issues. So this is a place where a lot of Marma treatments happen. Here is part one of our conversation. Okay. Hi, Manoj.
Hi, Dambi.
Yeah, hi. It's been a long time.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. So I would just like to say a few words about Manoj. Manoj and I, we go back to close to about 32 years now. So from 1991. Okay, we were classmates in BMS. And as we go through this, we will talk about what good things or what other things we did while we were doing our BMS. Okay, so it's been a great journey all these years, 30 plus years, Manoj. Okay, so before we start, I just would like Manoj to basically give a small introduction as to what he does and how his practice is and what he does right now. Yeah, Manoj.
Yeah, good evening, Dambi.
Good evening. So tell me, Manoj, what do you do right now? Your background and your practice right now in Thodupuzha.
Yeah, Dambi, see, our family has a long tradition in Marma Ayurveda. That is our speciality. Most of the people might have been heard about Marma treatment and also about Ayurveda. But Marma
Yep.
Ayurveda actually is a branch of Ayurveda. As you know,
Yep.
we have eight main branches in Ayurveda,
Yes.
and
Kaya,
one
Bada,
among
Graho,
them is
Dvanga,
Shalya. So in
Shalyadam,
Shalya
Shajarabhasha.
therapy, in
Yes.
Shalya, as you know that we go for surgical interventions, uh, Ayurveda mentions about some vital energy points which are very vulnerable. So if you have any uh, injuries to that area, either due to a fall or to a surgical intervention, it may cause into different type of complications.
Okay.
So such points are vital. I mean, Marma points, and these points are not only vulnerable, but they are capable of doing certain good things about it also. That means if you give a slight irritation or a slight stimulation to that point,
Mhm.
it makes your body very what do you call uh,
Energized, powerful.
not yeah, powerful, but more than that, it becomes very cautious about things to happen, and immediately the whole system will be ready to fight, or they will be very uh, what do you call stimulated to overcome the complications of that. That means the prana is the vital energy situates in the marma points, will be connected to the, or it is connected to the whole uh, uh, chakras and nadis, immediately reacts to it or responds to it, and that helps the body to overcome the problems which can arise. So it is a part of the preventive mechanism of the body, but also it can be used as a therapeutic method.
Okay.
Like, say, for example, if a person fell down and he became unconscious, so there are certain marma points in the body. If you stimulate, immediately the central nervous system will be activated, and the
Wow.
person,
Yeah.
yeah, we can come out from it. So there are some vital energy points like that. It can be also used as a part of treatment.
So
So that is how the marma works. And for many of the major ailments, along with other system of medicines, not only with Ayurveda, if you are using any modern system or homeo, whatever system you use, you can combine it with Ayurveda or with the marma therapy.
I got it.
So it
Yeah.
helps
So
to
so
improve the efficiency of the treatment.
so basically, when you look at marmas, some texts say 107, some texts say 108, but usually we accept 108 marmas, right, in total.
Yeah.
And it is what in college we have learned that where the mamsa, asti, snayu, sira, and sandhis meet,
Yeah.
where these five things meet, there is an energy which is created. The prana goes through this, and that's an energy is created. And where all these, so it is basically understood that in 108 places these things meet. So that is basically called as marma, right, Manoj?
You are right, Nambi, but actually there are more than 108 marmas. See, marmas, as you said, it's a meeting point of siras, nayu, asti, and all. So what we have to understand is, see, we have to think about a drainage system or a water flowing system. Okay, there are so many systems in our body where the waste materials, the blood, the impure blood, lymph, everything is flowing, and in a drainage system where actually the blocks happens is the point where they meets, right? Or there is a junction, is a joint,
True,
or
true, true.
where the arteries intercepts, or where the nerves joins together. So these are the points where the prana will uh, take rest. That is what it is mentioned as an in of prana. So it is not the area, not only the area where the what you call the prana presence more, but also it's, it is the area where the prana takes rest.
Resting
See,
shed.
so that points are called marmas, and these points are very much connected to some of the vital organs also. So for example, we call it the hridayam is a
Yeah, we
important
have got
marma.
something called Trimarma.
Yeah.
The Shiras, Hridaya, and Vasti is basically
Yeah.
told as the
So
three most
there are,
important. Yeah.
these are the organs where the different types of what you call the nadis intercepts, or the prana focuses.
Okay.
So these points are very vulnerable for an injury, and also it's a point very much needed for the treatment. So this way we can understand that it's a place where the prana takes rest, or the presence of prana will be there more. So these points are called marmas. There are not only 108 marmas, there are so many marmas, but we take this 108 as the important marma.
Okay. Got it. Got it. So Manoj, see, as a child, you said that you have got generations of people who have been doing this marma in your family.
Yes.
Okay. So where did you basically get I understand that in before coming to Ayurveda, you had actually gone for some other graduation. You discontinued that, just like me. You discontinued that and came to Ayurveda.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So yeah, so there should have been some turning point which actually made you decide, okay, let me take Ayurveda? Why? What happened?
See, Nambita, it is something, very interesting story actually. Uh,
I
from the
love
childhood,
stories.
yeah. See, from the childhood, uh, I have been seeing this type of therapies happening in our family. People used to come and stay in our house. Those days there were no hospital-like facilities, and our house, it's the top of a hill. Okay, there is no places nearby. You have to walk, or you have to, from the main road. It is about 2 or 3 kilometers up in the hill.
So I
So
suppose
most
it
of
was.
these,
I suppose it was not in Thodupuzha, right?
it is little bit away from Thodupuzha, inside the Thodupuzha municipality, but about 7 kilometers, 8 kilometers from the town. I'm talking about 45, 50 years ago, Nambi. That is the time the Thodupuzha was a very small village. It is
So
not
what
a
was the
town
name of
like
that
now.
place? So what is the name of that place? Kolani.
Uh, Kolani is the nearby village, I mean, junction, but the place where we lived is actually called Nadukandam. Uh,
Okay.
from the Nadukandam, I think you never been there to my family house, right?
No, I
Okay,
haven't.
so it's on the top of a hill, and it was about 80, 90 acres of land. All our family property was there, and inside that,
Wow.
only one or two houses were there. So I lived like a forest child inside
Ah,
that jungle. It was actually like a jungle. Okay. So the people used to come and stay there. That from the childhood, I used to see the people taking treatment for different ailments. Sometimes in the middle of the night, people used to come after a fall or an injury. Sometimes you get the pain. Normally, if there is an injury during the day, the pain aggravates during the night. So they all
always.
come. Even yeah, they used to come during that. In those days, even the hospital facilities and all very limited.
I
Only
know.
one or
Yeah,
two
yeah.
small hospitals were there. So like that, there was a lot of people used to come. So it was going that I never thought, I will become an Ayurvedic doctor and all. But I was seeing it, and I am accompanying my grand uncle. See, you were aware that we were following the matriarchal system. So I was living with
Yeah.
my father's uncle's family because my father was brought up by his maternal uncle. So in that house, I used to assist him. I used to call him. I'm sure that you remember him
You used
because
to
you
call him
also
Papa.
taken from
I have
yeah,
also taken treatment from. I'll come to that later. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that time I used to get some sort of what you call education, informal education uh, from him regarding the medicines and what to do with these medicines or how to collect the medicine. He always was very particular about not to collect any medicines during the night because those days the people are very particular about the not only with the human beings, they are very you know uh,
Com-
very much
compassion.
compassionate
Compassionate.
about
Yes.
the even the plants or animals around. You are not supposed to irritate a plant when they were sleeping. Like you, the
Yes.
plants are also sleeping during the night. And also, I used to remember my grandmother used to feed the ants in our house. The ants. Why? Because our house was mud house those days. I mean, the building is made of wood and it was tiled, but the flooring was mud pasted with coconut. Cow dung paste and all. So then, in the rainy season and all, the ants comes inside and they will used to bite us.
Yes.
So
Because it was warm inside, they'll start coming in.
and also searching for food. Okay. So in rainy season, there will be a little food for the ants. And my grandmother used to keep some rice and cooked rice with jaggery and some coconut all around the house outside. I used to ask why this doing. Then she used to say, see, in the rainy season, the ants will be very hungry. We have to give them some food. Then they won't come inside our house. See, they were very brainy people. Instead of killing them, we have to feed them outside so that they won't disturb us.
So same
That
thing,
was the
what happens, if you go through Tamil Nadu, you can see people actually putting column in front of the house.
yeah,
Okay, with it normally used to be with rice powder.
correct.
Now they're using some other stone, colored stone, instead of rice powder. The reason
Okay,
for that is it would be for all these animals, so insects and all those things. They are being fed. That's why I said, they were really compassionate. True.
correct,
Yeah, true,
correct.
Manoj. Yeah.
So like that, I was living in my father's grand uncle's house, and later we came to my house in Thodupuzha town before our school education and all, and we lived here. And towards the end of his life, he became, was not happy in that place where he's living. So he came and stayed with us, my great grand uncle. Okay, so one day when I was doing my graduation, as you said, I had a fall. Okay, and I cannot get up from the place where I lie down. I mean, I fell down.
No, where did
So,
you fall? Where did you fall?
see, near to our house, there's a river, right? So every
Beautiful
morning, I
place.
had a habit of going to the river taking bath. So from one those days, it's not like climbing down the stairs and all. It's just jumping from one floor to other floor. So I just jumped and I had a slip and fell down. So it was a very bad injury. I was not able to move. So some of our neighbors took me to my grand uncle's house. That time he was living in his house, and when he was doing his massage for me, some words came out from his mind that, oh, after my generation, nobody has taken this as a profession, so we may lose our long tradition. So in that pain, suddenly I have said, I will do it. I don't know
Ah,
how it
okay.
happened. Who provoked me to say that?
So your granddad caught the right place and asked you the question. So in pain, you said,
Right
"Okay,
marma,
I will do it."
he pressed the right marma.
I will do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he
nice,
said,
nice.
I will do
I'm
it.
so happy that you took up. Mm.
Yeah, that is one reason behind it, and another story behind it is, you remember our friend, our senior Narayanan, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah,
the
yeah.
chief doctor of Sridhariyam,
There, my
and
hospital. Yeah.
yeah, so he and me were classmates here, and we were superstars in English language. So so I failed in English like him, and we were together for an English class. So that's
Tuition.
how I know him. He's not my classmate in college, but in the tuition class. Okay, so I met him one day on the road, on the street, after this injury and all. And I asked him, Narayan, what are you doing? Then he said, I'm in Ayurvedic college and I joined Ayurveda. So
Huh?
suddenly I came to know that there is a college like this in Madras. So that is another reason for for getting me a push towards it. And there is
Nimittam.
another reason also behind
Wow.
this, because in the college when I was doing my plus two, there was one sister, sister Lysiux, that is her name. She's my botany teacher, and these sisters used to come to our house for treatments. So one day I met her after my plus two. I joined for graduation for chemistry, and I met her on the road. And by that time she was retired, and she asked me, "What are you doing?" Then I said, "Ma'am, I'm doing the chemistry." And she started blasting me. I didn't understand why. She said, "You got such a long tradition and you are not taking care of it. Who will continue your tradition? You are a fool." Like that.
Wasting your life.
She's scolded me like anything. So that is another reason. See, all these things, when I think now, is framing me, or is pushing me. I believe it is my family tradition. It has to be continued in our family. So that tradition forced me to take this decision. I like to think in that way.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that you came to Chennai because there are other reasons why I also came. And the best part was, for almost the whole course, 5.5 years, we were together. We were in the same room, or in the hostel in adjacent rooms. And Manoj was one reason why I always tell, without any inhibition, that the reason why we have actually studied all these shlokas so much is because one major reason is Dr. Manoj, because probably his grandfather would have told him that he has to learn so many shlokas. So Manoj used to learn all the shlokas by heart. So when Manoj learned shlokas, it used to be an inspiration for us also. And we also used to learn shlokas. And I'm ever indebted to Manoj for pushing us to do that. Yeah, it was a nice feeling, 5 years.
Yeah, correct, correct, correct.
Yeah.
That is one of the best time in our life, when the Ramakrishna Mission Vidyapit Hostel.
Hostel. And let us not go into details. A lot of things which you did in the hostel.
Yeah,
We're partners in crime. Okay. Great. So, Manoj, as you were growing up in an environment with all these things happening, how was your normal day as far as your Ayurveda and all those things go?
You mean before joining the Ayurveda college?
Before joining, yeah, how was your normal day normally, in the sense, as far as your interaction with your grand uncle goes?
See, I was living in my family house till I was, say, about 8 or 9 years old. Okay, from the day I remember, maybe from my first standard or three standard, I mean up to third standard, I studied there. Morning, see, that was a place that time, as I told you, it is a jungle. And the funny thing is, those days there was no electricity, no radio, okay, no television, no radio, no telephone, no newspapers, and what you call there is no proper road. You have to walk 2-3 kilometers or only a jeep road to come up
Life
during
was
the
so
rainy season.
simple and nice.
Yes. So going with circadian rhythm, you see, morning, say 5:30, we get up with the sunrise. Okay.
Kokroko.
Yeah, the best
Oh, alarm.
alarm
Yeah, yeah.
happens there. Then those days we had about I think more than 10, 15 cows in our house. So
Okay.
my uncle, my father's brother, or someone in the house will allow the milk them, and they will free them. So they
Okay.
all know where to go because it's a big land. They all run to some place, and there is one proverb: മുമ്പേ ഗമിക്കുന്ന ഗോവ് തന്റെ പിമ്പേ ഗമിക്കും
Go
ബഹുഗോക്കളല്ല.
alarm. Yeah.
So the
When they
one which run in the front, others will follow that.
follow,
So
when
they
they
all
leave the
go to
works.
some place where
Yeah.
they have some food. They stay there, and someone will go and tie them here and there in some coconut trees and all.
True,
So
true.
that is one thing. So I used to see that, and uh, by 7:38 I have to go to the school because our school is about in the Thodupuzha town. So it is about 8 kilometers from the place. So I have to climb down about 2 kilometers hill, and to reach the main road. From there, I take a public transport, or some school jeeps were arranged. Like that, I have to come to the school. In the evening after 4 o'clock, after the school, I reach home by about 5 or 5:30, like that. It will take that much time to reach here. So after that, normally, nowadays, what you give to your children in the evening when they come back from the school, some pups, or some bakery items, or some sort of things.
Samosa.
Those days, whatever is available in our farm. Sometimes it can be jackfruit, uh, sometimes some fruits, or sometimes some
Mangoes,
they
bananas.
make yeah. Sometimes they what do you call it? They make what you call a pulka. I don't know how to say it
It's
in.
in the sense it could be a jackfruit one, right? They cook
Yeah,
jackfruit with.
made of jackfruit.
It
Sometimes
is
made of
not
yam.
ripe jackfruit. It is unripe jackfruit. They cut into
Yeah,
small pieces, cooked with salt, and then add coconut oil. Ah.
yeah. It's such a yummy thing.
Yeah,
Now,
very.
yeah. So this is something like that. Uh, what do you call it as um, the yam? The chena.
China. Yeah,
What do
yeah,
you call
yam.
it in Tamil?
Elephant yam.
Karabikkan.
Yes.
Yeah, so they will make delicious pulka out of that. Sometimes from kachil, that's another type of variety of
Colocasia.
yam. I think.
Colocasia.
Colocasia, yeah. So like that sort of whatever grows in our farm, we used to get nothing from outside. No artificial or flavored food those days, and with some milk or with some tea, we used to get it. Then playing around, running around, like the tribal children, whatever you have to make, it's more, we were more creative. We used to make our own toys. I
True.
used to remember making toys out of the jackfruit leaves, or coconut
Coconut
stem.
leaves. Yeah.
Yeah, we will make so many types of toys to play.
We remember
And
making balls with coconut leaves.
coconut leaves,
Yes.
yes.
And play with
Uh,
that, yes.
yeah, and we make the bat out of cricket bat out of the coconut stem.
Yes, yes, yeah.
So these sort of things are happening in the evening. By 5:36, back home after bath, you have to study under the what you call the kerosene lamp. What do you call? I don't know the English name for that. There
Yeah.
is a sort of lamp which is either with a uh, manana black.
Kamprandale.
Yes, some sort of light like that, and also some nela velaka or something will be there. So by 8:30 or maximum by 9, we are off to bed. So that
Oh,
was my
nine
life
o'clock.
with that is the latest time because what nothing to do, you see. No, as I said, no other things. After studies, we go to sleep, and during the holidays, Saturday, Sunday, and all. As I told you, sometimes in the middle of the night, the people used to come for treatments. So that
Okay.
is something which and that time he used to send us, the children, to get the medicines. Sometimes you go and get the avanaka leaf, or you try to get the ummata leaf, or that type of leaves, we need for the treatment. Sometimes to take the juice of it or make a paste of it. So those sort of things we have studied as children. So there is nothing, yeah.
So that is where your Draviguna started. And that is how, Manoj was the number one person in our class who could identify the, what do you call, the plants. And we have traveled, we have walked to so many places. And each and this is this, this is that, that is this is Manoj's job to basically teach us. Thank you,
Yeah,
Manoj.
because it is
Again,
part of our daily life, Nambi.
I know,
It is
I
a part
understand.
of my grand uncle used to teach us. It is all around our house.
Hmm.
So that is how we are familiar to that. There is nothing special in that.
True, true, true. So, Manoj, one thing is that, uh, we know that Marma is something which is actually very important in practice. Then, why do you think that much of importance is not being given to Marma teaching when we were actually doing our BMS? Why? Any idea? Your personal feeling?
Yeah, Nambi, what I think is, see, Marma, even though it is mentioned in Ayurveda, it is developed into a treatment system mostly in South India. It grown along with, the martial art, Kalaripayat. As you know, my ancestors were belonging to the martial art family.
Yes, yes.
So in South India, along with this martial art, these places, I mean, these marmas were identified because they are very vulnerable point. You need it during a fight for hitting the people to hit them down, and also during the fight you may get injured. You need to know how to treat it, how to come out of it.
Probably
So that may be the reason.
during practice also people might get injured. Yep.
Yeah, it also is possible. And this marma injury can happen not only in a fight, during a fall it can happen.
Yes,
And
yes.
it can happen, they say that after marriage, both the couples were in a very akrandam, what do you call it, as strong feeling. Huh?
Yeah.
So uh, during a sex, a very strong sex, this marma points can be injured. During the delivery of a baby, marma points can be injured. So many reasons for the marmas to be injured. And as you know that there are so many varieties of marma. Sometimes like noku marma. Some people who are very powerful in their mind, they can even by just looking or just pointing, they can stimulate the marmas. So like that, there are so many types of marmas, and there are so many reasons for getting injuries. So in South India, as a part of martial art, it has developed. And apart from that, what I feel is the political reasons. See, in North India, uh, so much of invasions happened from other cultures, other religion,
Yeah, true, true.
other
Yeah, yeah.
things have happened. And because of that, the traditional system of Ayurveda was very much, even though Ayurveda developed or originated all around India, but mostly we know that it is somewhere in the Himalayan belt.
Kashi and all those places. Yes.
Yeah, in the Himalayan belt, we can say that. So, surgery and all, as you said, mostly developed in the Kashi University, and also in Takshashala, all this area. We can say the North India. But the acharyas like Vagbhada, they came to South India, it seems, and they were living in South India also. And Ravana, as you know, he was a great doctor. Apart from
Yes.
other things, he was a great doctor. They were also from south part of India. Those days, Sri Lanka was under India only. So, like that, there were so many reasons for it, and why I think is more developed in south part of India because of the martial art, and they have identified it and they are being used it. A science will grow when it is being used in practice, right? So even if the knowledge is there in the text, it was a textual knowledge. That's all. But when it comes to the practicals applications, it will be more developing.
Hope you're enjoying this conversation. Come back for the next part.